This video shows a split A strategy that NiP used a few weeks ago in a match against Spirit at IEM Katowice. We'll see NiP run a 2-3-0 setup to establish mid control before executing onto A. The round starts with both A players, Rez and Brolin, throwing a top mid and window smoke to get the three mid players safely into position. Since this is the second round after NiP won the pistol, Rez holds the bomb in T-spawn in case the CTs rush ramp or mid. Alexi B flashes mid and config nades bottom con to punish anyone pushing mid. When they see nobody pushing, Alexi B runs back to retrieve the bomb while Headtrick and config continue to hold for pushes. Notice how Headtrick does not advance up to chair to hold cat. Instead, he plays a safer angle where his teammates have a higher probability of trading him. He also chooses to jiggle peek ladder room instead of holding it. As we'll see later in the round, since this is a very utility-intensive execute that requires 5 smokes, losing a player early could create hiccups. You also want to keep players alive for when you actively take map control, so you have more players to trade on. We'll see a couple examples of this as the execute comes to life. As soon as Alexi B is back, he throws a top con smoke to bait out the CT's bottom con smoke. This is a common CT smoke thrown when the Ts are contesting bottom mid. Having it thrown earlier in the round gives NiP much more room to run their execute. As the bottom con smoke fades, the mid players get into position to throw their nade set to take connector. Config throws a window smoke, Headtrick re-smokes top con, and Alexi B throws a connector molly to punish anyone who either stayed in connector or pushed through the smoke. The purpose of this molly is to clear any CT who can be in this close left corner. Along with the molly, config uses this crouch flash that pops in front of connector for Headtrick to peek. Headtrick peeks close and config peeks far, so they don't get multifragged by a CT that could have hidden behind the box. As Headtrick and config move up con and start to expose themselves to cat, Alexi B flashes and peeks cat to cover them, and is able to get a kill onto Patsy. Unfortunately, he gets traded by Magix and ladder. Headtrick and config enter their own con smoke to use as cover from cat and double peek through the smoke into jungle. Individually, this would be a bad play, but they're able to once again maintain separation by having Headtrick peek out wide and config peek down from stairs. In this instance, Chopper was able to find a timing to slip by them, but if he was still jungle, it would have been almost impossible for him to kill both. At the same time they peek out the smoke, both Rez and Brolin peek out A ramp onto site. Rez gets a kill onto Wonderful and CT, and now the bomb site is clear. Config plants in front of triple for A ramp and jungle, and now the round is pretty much over. If Alexi B were still alive, he could just play ladder room to catch the B anchor rotating, while still having a clear shot onto a potential diffuser.